and we're igniting, setting fire to it all. You know these flames ain't going out. This building is crumbling to the ground. Don't think that we can stop it now, 'cause baby our love is gonna burn it down. You know these flames ain't going out. This building is crumbling to the ground. Don't think I wanna stop it now, 'cause baby our love is gonna burn it down. Burn it down. One spark of your lightning, blazing up through the darkest nights. Hold your breath, babe, the smoke is burning. You kiss me up and we'll be alright. You know these flames ain't going out. This building is crumbling to the ground. Don't think that we can
Hello.
stop it now,
Hey.
'cause baby our love is gonna
I still have time to edit stuff.
You know these flames ain't going out. This building is crumbling to the ground. Don't think I wanna stop it now. Baby, our love is gonna burn it down.
What truck is it?
Spa.
You have to choose my car or
Should be Hassan. But still choose. I don't know. Yeah, it should be Hassan.
is anyone else here in the Chevy?
I think Jevon was. I don't know. Jevon.
No, he was my teammate.
I don't know if anybody else had it. I'm not sure.
Stepping up to the
I
top.
can talk someone.
How could you ever love me? You don't even see me. I'm hanging around, wasting time, hoping that you drop by. And I don't pretend to know what you want. I don't even know where to start, but I'm willing to try. Even if you push me under, it's only gonna make me stronger. It's only gonna feed my hunger. Say the words, say the words. Even if the tide stops turning, even if the world keeps burning, nothing's gonna stop this feeling. Say the words, say the words. Watching the flames burn higher, setting my world on fire. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, risking it all on you. And I don't pretend to know how you feel. Either you won't or you will, but I'll give it a try. Even if you're too blind to see, and even if you look right through me, I never thought it would be easy. Say the words, say the words. Even if the world stops breathing and every beating heart stops beating,
Hello?
Not for me, no.
Yeah, not for me either.
That's strange.
Cause we be on a tough love. Oh, we feeling so high. Don't be afraid of falling, falling. Cause you know we gon' fly. Cause we be on a tough love. Oh, we feeling so high. Don't be afraid of falling, falling. Cause you know we gon' fly. Cause we be on a tough love.
BMW slow, man. Heavy.
Dive low!
But they pull up is a hard thing to do. Pick up speed.
Cause we be on a tough love.
Yo, the Corvette, they need a sound reduction.
Yes, one beautiful song then currently.
Cause we be on a tough love. Don't be afraid of falling. Cause you know we gon' fly. Cause we be on a tough love. Oh, we feeling so high. Don't be afraid of falling, falling. Cause you know we gon' fly. Cause we be on a tough love. Oh, we feeling so high. Don't be afraid of falling, falling. Cause you know we gon' fly. Cause we be on a tough love.
All of a sudden I have this big leaderboard on the side of my screen. I never put it here.
Cause we be on a tough love. Oh, we feeling so high. Don't be afraid of falling. Cause we be on a tough love. Cause we be on a tough love.
Alright, good afternoon folks and welcome out to the third round of our Caribbean Endurance Championship. Today we're at Spa-Francorchamps. As you can see here, the guys are already getting some practice time in. Welcome out, welcome out, welcome out. I'd like to see you guys out there in chatland doing nothing but chatting, so chat it up in the chat, right? Good. Alright, so far we got Daniel Williams making a comeback here to CSRO. And he's currently in the BMW M8 as you see here. He's leading the timing charts with a 2:18.716. He's got Kurt Moss right behind him though. Currently sitting in pit lane, however. Joel Dallas is back in the server here, and you can see him take his correct place there in third. How's everybody doing today? Huh? Are you guys ready for some great racing here? clearly not on a fast lap here, Daniel.
Does it turn nighttime? Or no?
He's beginning now, actually. With just about 2 minutes, 9 seconds left to go. He'll get an opportunity here to put in another fast lap.
Track look way different, or?
So we're gonna stick with Daniel. It's better you run it, Tommy. Daniel might be having some connectivity issues here. We can see him unstable around the track. Kurt Moss though takes the seems as though he's backed off of this fast lap here, Daniel Williams. But we're gonna stick with him to see what time he produces here in the M8. He's got 20 seconds left in the session here before we go right into qualifying. It's gonna be 30 minutes of qualifying. It's going to start them off on the journey of that 90-minute race, ladies and gentlemen. Go get your snacks ready. Go get your drinks ready. Oh, he's actually going to take it into the pits there. Daniel Williams, Oswyne Wilson is going to teleport himself back into pits as well. We got Tommy Gore back in the session with us. Only actually competing once here in the Caribbean Endurance Championship, which was the round 1 some 2 months ago. So he's finally back here. Or it's actually 1 month, isn't it? So he's finally back here in his Chevrolet Corvette. And has not been able to get any laps in this car. That's going to be sort of troubling for the guys, but Spa is pretty known to everyone. And we're hoping that Spa is known to Tommy Gore as well. Yes, that is the son of Doug Gore, Caribbean champion, Caribbean motor racing champion out here in the Caribbean. He goes 7th fastest with a 2:29.11. in the Chevrolet Corvette. We are still missing a few guys here today. Stephen Bola is back with us here representing as well as Matthew Yusuf in the BMW M8. Unfortunately, these guys couldn't get those M8s under them. They're in 11th and 12th at the moment. I'll just step away here and speak to the guys for a brief moment. Alright, fellas, see some of you making your return here after a while. If you haven't put in the time during the course of the week to get your cars under you, please don't try and push it at the start. Remember, it's a 90-minute race. Alright, if you're wondering, I am doubling as the race director here today. So, do me a favor, guys out there in chat. Like, subscribe, and share if you appreciate what you're seeing here at CSRO. We've got 4 championships going on at the moment. This is the pinnacle, though, the Caribbean Endurance Championship. And as we get a good look here at the guys down pit row, We've also got the Caribbean GT3 Championship that's going on as well. We've got our single make championship. We've got our special class series as well. So for instance, the single make is actually not going to focus on one car all of the time, but obviously one car in focus at the moment is the Nissan Premature BTCC car. And for our special series championship, that has at the moment the V8 supercars from out there in Australia. Some of you might know of them. If not, I would advise you go look at them because or look them up because they're pretty good cars, man. They're pretty good. They spell some pretty good racing as well out there in Australia and New Zealand. And it's a pretty good series. So those are the 4 championships that we're currently running here. This Caribbean Endurance Championship is going on its 3rd round here today. We've got 2 such rounds remaining in the championship. That'll take us to June. And then we'll take a break in July and then begin Season 2 as we are in Season 1 at the moment. We've also got in the next event, which is coming up next weekend, because every Saturday we're holding races here at CSRO. It's going to be our Caribbean GT3 Championship. If you guys want to stick around for that, be sure to like our Facebook page. Same name, of course, Caribbean Sim Racing Organization, and our Instagram. You can look us up there. We post information out there all the time.
Yeah, enjoy.
Stefan, you start the stream yet?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just replay.
Where are you living, sir? Because it sounds like you're under a rock.
People saying the stream ain't loading.
Let them try refreshing. I don't know. I'm actually replaying it and I can see it. Alright, here we go. Oswyne Wilson is the first one out here. If I can get to him. Where are you, Oswyne? Alright, here we are. He's in the Ford GT as he makes his way around. Let me just walk you through what you're seeing on the screen at the moment.
Go track?
Yes, qualifying has begun.
Oh, like this.
Got you loud and clear.
Roger that.
Yo, how many cut tracks do we have? 3 or 4? I mean 3 or 5.
Alright, just a bit of confirmation. Yes, thank you for that information. The stream is good. As we've got Oswyne Wilson completing his outlap here. He's not going to go fast right off the bat. He's got to clear some fuel out of the tank and get those tires all heated. Oswyne Wilson is out here representing the British Virgin Islands, ladies and gentlemen. As he brings it round the bus stop chicane here. And gets it going with 27.5 minutes remaining in the session. We're going to check back with Oswyne in a moment here. As we've got Lanjay Boswell as the second person. He's also in a team actually with Oswyne Wilson. but he is representing Jamaica in the Ford GT out here. And we've got the Ferrari of John Greene. I do believe John is in a team all by himself. Then we've got Kurt Moss, the second Jamaican out here representing in a Ferrari 488 as well. And we've got Tommy Gore coming in the Chevrolet Corvette here. Tommy Gore representing Jamaica too. Next in line, we've got Rahul Nasseir representing Canada out here. And I'll explain to you about that in a moment. We've got Danny Nasseir here still sitting in pit lane. That's the father of Rahul Nasseir. We've got the teammates Martin and Webster and Marlon Young for Team Xplay here, both representing Guyana. It seems as though they're trying to create some space between them and the other drivers. Who is that person in front of them? Oh, Daniel Williams having a bit of an issue there, representing Guyana out here in the M8s as well. And then we've got Joel Dallas, another Jamaican representing out here in the Ferrari 488. And now we're back with Oswyne Wilson, as Oswyne should complete a flyer here. Let's see what it will be. He might not have gotten that one down. It says it's a 2:18.675, and that's a sector best time as well, being put down there by Oswyne Wilson. Next in line, we've got Matthew Yusuf here representing Guyana in a BMW M8 as well. 24 minutes and I'm still waiting to see the first set of times come on board. Matthew taking a little bit too much of that curb there. You can see the car being pushed out of line. He might just have backed off there, Matthew. We've got his teammate Stephen Bola, the other M8 here. So we got guys still having a bit of issue, it seems, to try and get these cars under them.
Roger, I beg you.
A little bit too much there on the rear for Steven. Let's see if we've missed anyone here. Oh, we got Lange back as well. And Tommy's trying to clear him to try and get some time down here. We'll stick with Tommy to see if he can get a time down here. Daniel Williams' time being deleted there. Ooh, Lange with an issue down the back. And he's still sliding on the grass. He wants to stay out of the way here from cars coming up behind him. It's Kurt Moss that tries to stay out of the way. And he does teleport back. We've got some cars there in the pits. Joel Dallas comes across the line. And a personal best of 2:17.740. As he goes back into the pits. We're watching Stephen Bola now come around to complete his outlap here. And then begin his fast lap. We can hear that Chevrolet Corvette screaming down the back straight there before the bus stop chicane of Tommy Gore. Invalid qualifying lap there by Stephen Bola. Race direction deleting his lap there. Now we can see the timing charts come alive. It's Joel Dallas who leads the charge, followed by Oswyne Wilson. Kurt Moss and now Tommy Gore being able to register a time there. He teleports back into the pits though, Tommy Gore. As we can see some other cars now exiting the pits. Where is Joel Dallas? He's ahead of these guys. And he's going to probably try and change something on his car here. There's 21 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this session here. This is where we currently are on the timing sheet. So majority of the guys here are on the soft tires. We've got 1 to 9 on the soft tires. Then we've got Stephen Bolo with the medium, John Greene, Matthew Youssef, and Marlon Young trying the super softs there. Maybe we'll see some things shake up here in the next few minutes. As we've got Joel Dallas bringing that lap to a close here. Alright, so I just want to walk you through what you're seeing on your screen when we are in live mode. And this is what I'll call the live mode right now. The rest is live timing and the standings. At the center of your screen, top center of your screen, it's the current driver we're looking at and their time, their current time. All the way at the top is the remaining time left in this session. You can also see that to the left hand side there, designated by the Q, as Kurt Moss goes second fastest with a 2:18.581. He's still 0.8 away though from that pole position. Sparks flying there from the rear of Kurt Moss. Where's Joel Dallas?
Audience want to know why they can't see the face of the people driving.
He's back out. No. Tell them most of them ugly.
Well, not like you.
Most definitely not. This is why I gotta be like a radio analyst. Built for TV but not radio. Built for radio but not TV. Hey. Alright, as we get back going here. It says that Joel Dallas is still on an out lap here. He's currently on a time of 2:17.740. The fastest we've seen so far throughout the week is a 2:17.388. And that was from Justin Nasseir, who is not here at the moment and seems as though he'll be missing out on this event. Very smooth though, Joel Dallas here through the turns. Looking very composed. Barely nicking those curbs there, Joel Dallas, and he's maximizing his contact patch with the tarmac by doing so, increasing his opportunity here to go even faster. Does he? As he comes across the line now, he does. He goes 0.3 faster. Now into the 2:15s. He's beaten Justin Nasseir there with that time. He's gonna bring it down though, and
Pull it, Marlon.
let the rest of guys here have a go at that time. He might be pretty satisfied as Kurt Moss exits the pit again to have a go. We've got Oswyne Wilson up there on the board in third. Daniel Williams there in the M8 in 4. Tommy Gore in 5th. Rahul Nasseir registering a time to put him in 6th position. Everyone else has not been able to get a proper time down as the light fades here. We're going to go into what it seems to be a night qualifying session as well. And indeed, this being 90 minutes, we will try to simulate 24 hours here in terms of lighting and time. So as the sun sets here, we can see some more guys appear there on the charts. Rahul Nasseir, Martin Webster finally gets it done. This is Rahul. Martin Webster in the M8 managing a 7th place out in here. It's a long line here. He doesn't want to be caught in this line, especially if he's on a fast one. But the guys, it seems as though they're doing well to stay out of his way. Joel Dallas does get out of the way here. Tommy Gore might be on a fast lap. John Greene now qualifying with a 2:20.575 there. Webster's just trying to get on the way here, but he's got a Chevrolet Corvette in front of him. This can be either good or bad, as you want a slipstream from the guys in front of you. What is a slipstream, you might ask? These guys in front, the cars in front, are going to actually punch a hole through the air for you. So it creates a vacuum, and it makes you go faster. So Martin is probably going to want to try and capitalize on that off of Tommy Gore. Tommy's not going to want to let him do that though, unless of course they were teammates. You're going to stick here to see what actually plays out. It seems as though Tommy has let him by. Yep, Tommy has let him by, and Martin now goes on his way. "14 minutes remaining in the session. It's now 6:58 in the evening here at Spa. So far, Joel Dallas leads the charge with a 2:17.215. Kurt Moss, 1 entire second away, followed by Oswyne Wilson with a 1.4 deficit, as well as Daniel Williams there in fourth with a 1.8 deficit. Tommy Gore closing off the top 5 there with 2.2 in the bag. Beautiful sunset here at Spa-Francorchamps. We're going to watch Martin Webster as he goes around Lacombe's here. And right on board with him, why not? A lock up there from the front right as he goes through campus. be able to do it. He doesn't even go faster on his time there. Martin Webster takes that car off track and seemingly out of the way of Joel Dallas as we ride with Kurt Moss here now. Does Kurt Moss have what it takes to decrease that time somewhat from where it is behind Joel Dallas here? He's got to check to make sure if these two are actually teammates. I can't remember. It's been so long since we've been back with the endurance cars here. And they are teammates in other events, other championships. I just need to confirm here that is the same here as well. Kurt Moss is racing under the banner of Cool Runnings. Joel Dallas the same, so they are teammates here. Not bad for them to accumulate some team points here in 1 and 2. Right now, we've got Joel going purple in the first sector with a 39.428. Let's look at Joel. He's currently sitting on the soft tires here in the 488. Ooh, and he's brought that lap to a close. Probably made a mistake there and lost way too much speed. So we're back with Kurt Moss at the moment, who's now beginning another new lap, it seems. A lot of the guys here are in pit lane. We're coming down that stretch here. It's Rahul Nasseir that's actually leading the pack.
Go right, Stephen, go right.
Followed by Matthew Yusuf.
Go right, Uncle.
John Greene, Lanjay Boswell is there trying to keep up. And Stephen Bola as well. It's a long line here as there is 9 minutes remaining in qualifying. Danny Nasseir bringing up the rear. No, it's Joel Dallas here back out again for more. Daniel Williams trying to get his M8 under him as well. We did see him go fastest there at the ending of practice, free practice session. He's trying to replicate same here with 8.5 minutes remaining in this session. He's trying to give himself some space here. We're getting connection issues from him all afternoon. You can see him jumping around the screen. One would hope it doesn't affect as Kurt Moss goes faster there with a 217, some 5/10 faster. And that's going to make him feel good about himself there. Kurt Moss, he's not that far away now from his teammate. Joel Dallas lets Daniel Williams through. As it's now 8:35 in the night here at Spa. Seven and a half minutes remaining in this session. We are approaching crunch time. Joel Dallas trying to give some headway here.
I'm creating some space. Go ahead.
To Stephen Bola, who still hasn't got a time on the board just yet. We're back here with his teammate though, who's managed to put himself in 11th at the moment. And Joel Dallas is still trying to go faster, ladies and gentlemen. Oswyne Wilson in this as well. Oswyne struggling here with the 4GT, he said. He's not liking the car, he's not liking the track, the setup's not right, but he still managed to find himself in third position here. And with the current standings, this would be good for him. He's in 6th at the moment with 14 points. Getting third here will give him 15 more. So if qualifying is any indication of where he will begin where he will end Oswyne Wilson in this event, then he's on for some good points here, but he wants to capitalize, of course, on the majority of what's available to him. And the 4GT is apparently struggling here for him. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are in crunch time at the moment. So everyone's going to try and do their utmost best here. Who is below remaining in the field here? They're going to want to try to get out here to maximize what they've learned with the first couple of rounds here within this half hour. Try and get a better time in. Oswyne Wilson here. Making it around to complete the lap. We do have guys on here with ballast. We've got John Greene carrying 100 kg of extra weight. Martin Webster with 75 kgs of extra weight. And Rahul Nasseir with 25 kgs of extra weight. That's just to make sure the championships remain intact, as Oswyne Wilson cannot go any faster there in his time. Daniel Williams now exiting the pit there. Kurt Moss seems like he's pretty happy with what he has, while Joel Dallas is coming around once again to decrease his time. Once more, John Greene here with a 100 kg is stuck in the midfield. Ooh, we've got guys going into the pits there, stuck behind each other it seems. But Rahul Nasseir sticking close to John Greene at the moment, supposedly to try and capitalize on that slipstream effect. Through Eau Rouge they go into Redillion. Two minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the session. Kurt Moss is actually on the mediums at the moment. He's trying to start on the mediums. He's probably already satisfied with what he has. Him and Joel Dallas both did 8 laps each so far for Joel Dallas. They both did their times on the soft tire. And they both are clocking around the same top speed here. Rahul Nasseir has lost the toe from John Greene. And he's been left here all alone to try and get the job done by himself. He's ahead of John Greene. So he's just trying to capitalize on that time he has between himself and Tommy Gore. Comes across the line now. What does he manage? Oh, he's managed to go faster with a 2:19.398. That puts him some 3.5 tenths away from Tommy Gore. And he's going to go again with the 20 seconds remaining in the session here to try and capitalize on gaining 3.5 tenths more to try and lock out the top 5, I suppose. Where is Tommy Gore at the moment, though? He's coming around Blanchimont at the moment. It's the checkered. Everyone's going to see the checkered now as they come around the start-finish line. As the session has now come to an end. Official qualifying here for the 3rd round. Ooh, he makes a mistake there, Tommy Gore. Whatever time he had in the bag, it's all gone. Comes across the line, and that wasn't even a registered time there. Where is Joel Dallas? Says he's on an outlap at the moment. Oswyne Wilson. What an alien looking car. The Ford GT is. And Oswyne Wilson goes into the pit lane. You still got some guys left on track. Joel Dallas and Rahul Nasseir in particular. I think Rahul is now back into the pits. Yes, so we're waiting on Joel Dallas to see if he can go faster. He's around Blanchimont at the moment. In 6th gear at 7,000 RPM, 262 kilometers per hour there. That Ferrari 488 gets up to before the bus stop chicane. Comes across the line now, a little bit of oversteer there. We can hear from him, and it's nothing to talk about. He's probably just trying out a different change to the setup maybe. So we've got 11 guys registering a lap here at Spa. All right, congratulations to Joel Dallas, Kurt Moss, and Oswyne Wilson for locking out the front row, as well as Daniel Williams. Guys, please remember the regulations as well. It's a 90 minutes race, so if you have issues at the start of the race, remember you've got enough time to recover. At 30 seconds left on the countdown clock, I don't want any chatting over the comms. I'll call out the 30-second time for you. Thanks a lot for joining us. Good luck and have fun.
Mic check.
Yeah, good.
Run, Joel. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, good luck, Joel.
Yeah, there was a 16.8 there more than once, but couldn't hook it up.
All the rest.
About 4 tenths, but I wanted to do a heavy run.
Aliens, yeah. Yeah, thanks.
I tell you, you're making Pierre nice about the Ford GT. Good luck, bro.
Yo, I'm so pissed I'm the only like Corvette, so like I'm known to like base off.
I'm glad you're the only Corvette because it makes too much noise.
Yo, it loud still. I had to turn it down. Like from what I
Uncle Danny, where's Lance, man?
I have no idea, but is he not in the Discord? He was in the Discord earlier.
This is where they stand there on the timing sheet as we await the opportunity for them to go racing here. There is a brief countdown moment that will occur
Is it starting at night or in the day?
in the day.
How long is the countdown to the race after this countdown?
You got about 2 minutes.
They're going down to the race, isn't it?
Alright.
This one goes extra long because it's because of how long the race is. And this is where we stand with the championship at the moment. Rahul Nasseir leads with 33 points. John Greene with 25, tying it off with Justin Nasseir with 25 points. Martin Webster 24, Jevon Gunning 15, Oswyne Wilson 14, Daniel Williams with 12, Azaad Hassan with 12 as well. And here we are about to go racing, guys. For the third round of our Caribbean Endurance Championship. I want to say thank you guys for joining us. Who hope you enjoy the
Good luck,
event.
everyone.
Bro, I'm so messed.
Alright, we are ready to go racing here. The countdown, the top of the screen says 40 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what we're going by. These guys will definitely have their hearts in their hands at the moment. 30 seconds. With 30 seconds left on the clock, you will see the lights come on screen to indicate the beginning of this race. You hear them revving their engines, and here we go. We've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4, 5, 6. And they are off. It seems like everyone's getting an opportunity. The M8s are really slow here. Rahul Nasseir has to pull out. Looking down the line now, it's Tommy Gore with the hole shot into third, but Joel with the initial hole shot there into first. We got someone facing the other direction. It's Martin Webster. But there's a good line of cars coming down here now. Curtin Moss as well as Daniel Williams and Matthew Yusuf losing positions there. So looking at the field now, trying to break the toe is Joel Dallas from Oswyne Wilson. Oswyne does inherit that second position there with the issue that Curtin Moss has had. But it's not over for Oswyne Wilson as Tommy Gore has an outing off the track there. He's going to be given a cut track warning. That's his second so far for the race. He's got 5 before he gets a drive-through penalty. Everyone seems as though they're settling in now. And we're going to look back. John Greene has got Daniel Williams breathing all over his rear as he's trying to get back up to speed. He was involved there at the start of the incident. Tommy Gore as well trying to create some issue here for Oswyne Wilson. But it's Rahul Nasseir who's not letting him go. Great start here to the event. Definitely wondering what has happened though to Martin Webster. Martin Webster, he does claim a position over Matthew Yusuf there. But it just seems as though, oh yes, Daniel Williams does make a move on John Greene here. Remember, John is carrying around that 100 kg, so his strategy has got to be a long ball. But John is not giving up. He's right there behind the Guyanese. Ooh, that position there. Tommy Gore having an issue. Spinning around and losing 2 positions. He comes back on track. He's going to have to watch himself that he's not doing so in a dangerous manner. No, he does not. He tucks in behind John Greene. John Greene tries to give himself space from Tommy Gore. Tommy Gore seemingly up on the inside of John Greene, and he does reclaim that position from him. Rahul Nasseir managing to cut the track once more. Daniel Williams does the same. But it's still Joel Dallas in the lead, followed by Oswyne Wilson. You see there on your screen, Rahul Nasseir, Curtin Moss, Daniel Williams here lead the second pack with Tommy Gore, John Greene, and Marlon Young has managed to find himself into 8th position. Well done by him. Martin Webster still trying in 11th. Copy, we'll keep an eye on it. We've got reports of Daniel lagging here, and that is an issue. That signifies an issue with his internet connection. We're gonna have to watch him here. Those are the reports. It seems as though it's intermittent as his connection seems to be stable at the moment. Martin Webster manages another position there to come back into the points. He's now in 10th position. Tommy Gore, however, seemingly biding his time here behind Daniel Williams. Still a close race. Lanjay Boswell there being given a second cut track warning from race direction. Tommy Gore hunting Daniel Williams here for that 5th position. There's no haste in doing so just yet. We've still got an hour and 25 minutes to go. Fastest lap being done by Joel Dallas there, 2:19, 5:40, 2:20, 3:22, 2:3 there from Oswyne Wilson. So Oswyne is losing pace here. Curtin Moss even closer to Rahul Nasseir to try and get back up there. And it seems as though Rahul Nasseir has tried to defend his land as he know he can't. Oh, the two of them touch into Lecombs. It's Kurt Moss who suffers there though, as Rahul Nasseir had the inside line. We ride now with Kurt Moss. He's pressuring Rahul Nasseir. That's not a cut track warning for Rahul, as the stewards determine that is a goal. Goes through double gosh. The Ford GT looks so much more superior for aerodynamics, but it seems as though the Ferrari is better on the brakes. Rahul does have that 25 kg on board. Tommy Gore even closer now.
Lag from Daniel.
And he's complaining more about lag here, as Daniel is even closer to Kurt Moss. So this is a battle here ultimately for third position, ladies and gentlemen. 219.901 there from Joel Dallas, 226.44. The pace is just not there for Oswyne Wilson. Rahul Nasseir, Kurt Moss, and Daniel Williams all doing their best. Danny Nasseir taking a position over Marlon Young. Marlon suffering now in 9th. But this is where it's at right now. It's a three-way, four-way battle for third position here. And seems as though Kurt has got it. He's pulled off to the side, and our timing sheet says yes,
Stefan,
he's done it.
Okay, or?
I can see it's okay, that's why I keep checking back. So Kurt Moss does get that move done. Let's take a look at Daniel Williams now. How bad is the issue for Daniel? It says that he's at 80 ping, and Tommy Gore right behind him is at 77. However, it's not stable from Daniel, it seems. We're gonna stick here with Daniel. It seems as though Rahul is struggling. He's even trying to mount an attack here, Daniel Williams. He's got to pay. Oh! As Tommy Gore rear ends him, unfortunately, there's like a Constantini effect there from Rahul Nasseir. And Daniel Williams suffering there, but Tommy Gore getting the pass done. Now Tommy Gore gets on with his business. He sees Rahul Nasseir in his sights. Matthew Yusuf making a move over Marlon Young. Marlon Young really is struggling there. He's now down to 12th. Joel Dallas with another fast one. 219, 277. Oswyne just cannot keep up. 221, 346 from the BPI guy. Marlon Young makes that move over. And they're battling, it seems. But I don't want to look away just yet. This is a pass here to go up into 4th position. Has he got it in the bag, Tommy Gore? As they come now into Lecombs. Oh, they touch on the way into Lecombs. What has happened there? Rahul Nasseir Seems as though he tried to hold on to that inside line and just came into contact with that big old Chevrolet Corvette.
Space. I don't know if it was ping or what, because on my healer course, you were trying to speed around that. That wasn't the intention.
As Tommy Gore tries to explain to him, to Rahul Nasseir, what just occurred from his standpoint.
Break out the Ben gate. There's a whole people fight going on here.
As Martin Webster is calling attention to this battle between himself and Danny Nasseir, the two seniors here.
Red Star rub, buddy.
They're still in contention for points here, as they're within the top 10. Looking back up the field though, Daniel Williams is coming back to Tommy Gore. I feel Rahul Nasseir, and it's Marlon Young that makes another move over Matthew Yusuf here. It seems as though they've been trading places for the last 3 laps. Two of them is following Alanjay Boswell, who holds the last spot there for points. So Marlins definitely want to get up there. Joel Dallas, meanwhile, is in a comfortable lead here for the race. Oswyne Wilson now losing time to Joel Dallas. Now sits 7.6 seconds away, and he's got Kurt Moss, who's closing the gap behind him. And everyone's just settling down. Daniel Williams does make a move there, and Tommy Gore, and Daniel does have a lag issue there. We saw it for ourselves, and that happens to take Tommy out as well. So Rahul gets back up there.
If you could see it on the stream.
Yeah, we did see it. Daniel, I'm sorry, but if it continues like this, we're gonna have to ask you to step aside. Daniel does have the pace, ladies and gentlemen, to stay. Oh wow, Joel Dallas goes even faster with a 2:19.099. He's not thinking about those tires, Joel Dallas. He probably should be. But unfortunately, if Daniel Williams cannot get his internet to stabilize, he's gonna have to step aside from this race. We cannot have him lagging back and forth, as you saw what could happen there with Tommy Gore. He's still doing so down the front straight here, but he's all by himself, so that's okay. Seems as though Martin Webster, Danny Nasseir has shaken Martin Webster here. Stephen Bowler with an issue facing the other direction. And he gets going again. Matthew Yusuf takes that position from Marlon Young and Lanjay Boswell to go up into the points here. He's now sitting in 10th position. Looking back up the field, Tommy Gore is back on the tail of Rahul Nasseir. We know Rahul does not have the pace here. We're going to hope that Tommy Gore can keep it cleaner this time around. Kurt Moss closing in as well on Oswyne Wilson here for that second position. And it be a factory Ferrari 1-2 there for Cool Runnings. The team by Joel Dallas and Kurt Moss. He's running him line for line here, Tommy Gore. Waiting on the perfect opportunity to pounce. He's having a look on the inside there. Joel Dallas goes even faster with a 2:19.028. He now comes out on the inside here and makes the pass on Rahul Nasseir. But Rahul Nasseir is definitely going to want to try and move on the inside. Oh, he locks up and misses. Tommy Gore just spins around, right away around. He's got to watch himself how he comes back on track here though. In front of John Greene and Daniel Williams. John does get the pass done. Daniel himself, no he does not. He tucks in behind John Greene here, Rahul Nasseir. But Tommy Gore has been left now to get on with his business. Daniel Williams is not that far away. Rahul Nasseir not that far away from John Greene, who's carrying around 100 kg as well. It's Marlon Young who makes a move on Lanjay Boswell. Lanjay now back into 12th. John Greene seems to be struggling here, and Rahul Nasseir will be looking to take advantage. Again, once again, to our regular viewers, the fight is on between Rahul Nasseir and John Greene. This just happens to happen every single time. Though a little bit closer to the end of the race, we've got 1 hour and 11 minutes remaining here. Seems as though he's biding his time though, but because of that, Daniel Williams is closing in the gap. .6 seconds now separates Oswyne Wilson from Joel Dallas. Joel is definitely in the zone at the moment. Here comes Daniel Williams on Rahul Nasseir. No, he doesn't have enough. And there you can see Danny Nasseir all the way in the back in 7th position. Doing well though to come up a little bit more into the points here. Danny Nasseir. Sorry, he's in 8th position. Him and Martin Webster are still in the same position actually from where we left them the last time. Seems as though Rahul is just going to try and keep pace here with John Greene. He's constantly being looked at by Daniel Williams as well. Rahul Nasseir, we ride now with Daniel Williams. He's got a front row seat to this bout. Joel Dallas is increasing that lead, and Kurt Moss is decreasing the lead Oswyne Wilson has to him. Kurt Moss now ready to take second position away from Oswyne Wilson. It seems so, as there's about half a second between the two of
Oh,
them.
Danny, fight me.
Oh no, Danny Nasseir giving a position there to Martin Webster, but Martin Webster asking for the fight. That doesn't come often, unless
Come on, he was the star of the show.
Unless Danny Nasseir is fighting. Come on, guys.
There was just one little spike, but just keep an eye.
Copy. Got complaints of Daniel Williams again spiking. This is the issue you have when you have that unstable internet connectivity. If you ever see our screen jumping while we're looking at Daniel Williams, that is a clear indication of him having the issue. And we do have spikes, frame spikes as they were. As he's got the pace to pass Rahul Nasseir here. But he's going to pray and hope. Oh, and Kurt Moss does get that move done down Kemmel Straight. As they're coming up behind a lapped car at the moment, it's Stephen Bowler there in 13th position. I beg your pardon. He does pull aside to let Kurt Moss by, and Oswyne Wilson as well. Danny Nasseir goes into the pits. I don't believe Oswyne has what it takes here to keep that car in contention with Kurt Moss. Matthew Yusuf does go by Danny Nasseir, as Danny Nasseir is in the pits. Marlon Young the same. Lanjay Boswell has an opportunity to do the same as well. It seems like no one can touch Joel Dallas. He's on fire, and Lanjay Boswell does get it done there to get ahead of Danny Nasseir. Looking to Daniel Williams now. He's still in contention here for that 6th position. That Rahul Nasseir is having some issues keeping a hold of that Ford GT. Ooh, so much more speed there coming out for Daniel Williams, as he does pull the BMW alongside Rahul Nasseir. Gets the move done just. So we're going to look at him now to see if he spikes. Daniel Williams wants to put himself in no man's land. He wants to get out of the way of everyone else, I suppose. Not to affect their race, but at the same point in time, remain competitive. Five and a half minutes. Oh, we've got an issue. Oswyne Wilson being shown yellow flags here. And it seems as though Stephen Bowler is going to try and unlap himself. Not quite sure what the issue was. Marlon Young as well has got an issue here. We can see Lanjay passing him by to go up into the points, losing now that opportunity to grasp on the last amount of points remaining here in this race. He goes into the pits. Oswyne Wilson cannot shake Stephen Bowler off of him. And Stephen Bowler wants to get himself unlapped and get on with his business. Daniel Williams now even closer to John Greene. He's right up on the knickers of John Greene here. So he's pulled away from Rahul Nasseir, and he's trying to get by John Greene now to put himself in that no man's land. Ooh, John seems as though he has some issues there and had to correct it. Right now with Daniel. Danny Nasseir reclaims a position over Marlon Young. Blanchimont sees Daniel William alongside. Oh, he's pushed out there by John Greene. John says, no way, Jose. Not today, or at least not yet, with that 100 kg on the Ferrari. Oswyne Wilson pits. I suspected his tires were going off there. As we come down to the first end, to a third of this race, Oswyne Wilson is taken by Tommy Gore, John Greene, Daniel Williams, Rahul Nasseir. Here he is, he's trying to game, but John has put himself in a good commanding defensive position here. And he's going to get the better pace through Eau Rouge, Daniel Williams. He's still lagging, you can see him there just for a brief moment on your screen. Martin Webster does get by Oswyne Wilson as well. Ooh, I thought for a moment there the car was on fire, but that's his exhaust chute right on your bottom right side of the screen. Joel Dallas showing no mercy now, 14.5 seconds ahead of Kurt Moss. Tommy Gore now in third of this race. He's got an opportunity here. But so does Daniel Williams to claim some more points here in this championship.
Powering off. Powering on. Battery low. Mic on.
Oh, a headset gets
Charging
offline
battery.
there for a brief moment. Alright. Here he is again, Daniel Williams. Same position as last, but he's backing off there, Daniel Williams. He's trying to play mouse here. Or should I say cat to the mouse of John Greene. Here John is pulling aside to the right this time. Under braking. Does Daniel has what it takes here to take this position from John Greene? Yes, he does. Daniel Williams showing his superiority here with the BMW M8 to go up into fourth position. Rahul Nasseir, we can see diving into the pits in the background. John tries to come back to Daniel here through the source. He runs wide, Daniel Williams, so John Greene does get the move done. Oswyne Wilson now has to retake that position over from Rahul Nasseir. Martin Webster does take a position from Rahul Nasseir. This is the closest fight we've got so far. Daniel Williams here. Oh, you can see that big lag there for Daniel Williams. It's sad that he's going through this. He actually lets him by there, John Greene. I think he's afraid of the lag. As you can see, he's still lagging, Daniel Williams. He's trying to get himself into no man's land. We can get that. Stephen Boland now pulling aside to let the leaders by here. He's got John Greene too coming up as well. I hope he sees John. Daniel Williams does get by. John Greene here having to pick his pass. It seems as though Stephen is going to let him get it here. Yes, he does. John is a bit slow in doing so, and quite understandably so. Laps now for Joel Dallas here, as he's coming up a back marker in the name of Lanjay Boswell. Stephen Bowler claiming position over Marlon Young as Marlon's in the pits. Lanjay does let Joel by. Joel has got 13.8 seconds there on his teammate, Kurt Moss, who we see here. Now coming in through Lacombe. He completes Lacombe actually.
Thanks, Lanjay.
Oswyne Wilson there with a little pace under his belt, 219, 907 now. He's got some work to do. Oswyne Wilson. John Greene, Daniel Williams, and Tommy Gore still has to pit, but he wants to make sure that his pace is up there from now on. We've completed 1/3 of this race. Ooh, just a little bit too much there on the power for Kurt Moss, sorry. And these tires might be going off for Kurt. Ooh, yes, we can see a little bit more there shaving. He's got Tommy Gore behind him, but he does have like a free pit stop, I do believe, in hand. Riding the wheels off there, I should say, of that Ferrari. Tommy Gore been given his 5th and last cut track warning. The next time he cuts the track, he'll be given a drive-through penalty, and that will be a devastating blow for the Jamaican there sitting in 3rd. We've got a car going slowly in front of Kurt Moss here. Tommy Gore is battered and bruised here, and he goes into the pits. Ooh, he comes into contact with the guardrail there in the pits, and this is going to be devastating for him. He's got to try and get out of the way as well. Oh, that's a tight position. He's going to get it done here. But oh my, look at the damage he has now. He can barely keep it straight. And they'll have a lot of work to do on that car there, as he's now back into 7th position.
Green, stick up in the pits. Don't mind
So Martin Webster's all the way up into 6th position now, but he still needs to see that pit lane. Marlon Young, sad to say, he's having his worst day here at CSRO, all the way into 13th position. He was stuck in traffic for the most part of the day on his way to practice session. He sent us a photo there in the Discord group, and he said he just hoped that he was going to make qualifying. He did make it to qualifying, but unfortunately the lack of practice here is telling. Lanjay Boswell now claiming position over Tommy Gore there, who still sits in the pits trying to get that It seems as though he had a broken suspension, front left suspension. Or front right suspension, I should say. He does get going again, but now he's an entire lap down as the leaders, who have not pitted just yet, got past him while he was stuck there in pit lane. Oswyne Wilson is sitting some 5 seconds away from John Greene in 5th. As we know, Oswyne has already pitted, so that's not his position that he needs to be in. He is supposedly in. John Greene, Daniel Williams, Kurt Moss, and Joel Dallas all need to see that pit lane. So Joel Dallas, Kurt Moss, and Daniel Williams are on the medium compound tire. John Greene is sitting pretty with a hard compound tire. So he's trying to go all the way to the end of this race, maybe with just one stop. Oswyne Wilson did go for the soft, so he's trying to reclaim some position here, and then gonna have to pit again, as I don't believe those softs can last the entire length of the race, remaining of this race. We got Lanjay Boswell there registering a cut track warning as well as a crash. But it's Danny Nasseir losing a position to Matthew Yusuf here. Matthew now back. And we've got Tommy Gore calling it an end to the day after he's lost so much time there in the pits. It seems as though he's damaged his car beyond repair. We're just gonna say that is what it is, and he is out of this race with 52 minutes and 15 seconds left to go.
Yo, did server crash?
Nope.
So only I disconnect?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, there you have it. He did not quit there, Tommy Gore. He instead has some kind of connection issue, it seems. He's one too to be plagued with internet issues, and it seems as though it has shown its face once more. Joel Dallas though
Just had a huge game freeze there.
and Rahul Nasseir having issues as well. Doesn't see any damage on that car though, Rahul Nasseir, who's currently sitting in 7th position. Stephen Bola now takes that position over Tommy Gore. And Marlon Young, unfortunately, they're in 13th position, is going to be left to do same. Joel Dallas and Kurt Moss out here doing the best they can. Seems as though they've just got to race out the time now. Daniel Williams does get up into 3rd position here. And you can see him still suffering there with the lags. You can see him losing the rear end just a bit there, Daniel Williams. He did catch it though. And this is a good position for him to be in with the lag. The way it is, there's no one around him just yet. When he pits though, that's a different story. Oswyne Wilson does take that position away from John Greene now, as we know John Greene is shedding those tires and is on the hard compound tires compared to Oswyne Wilson, who's on the softs. So Oswyne here trying a different strategy, or maybe this is his strategy. to run a two-stop here. Is it medium, soft, soft? Or is it going to be medium, soft, medium? As we're in the afternoon session now of this event. With 49 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. Joel Dallas is your race leader, followed by Kurt Moss, Daniel Williams, Oswyne Wilson, and John Greene to close up your top 5. Leading the second charge there for the bottom half of the top 10 is Martin Webster, Rahul Nasseir, Joel Dallas, Lanjay Boswell, and Danny Nasseir, as well as Matthew Yusuf. Matthew doing well to come back into the points here. I do believe Matthew and Steven have not been able to clock in as much laps as they'd like here, as Marlon Young finally gets by Tommy Gore, who's still a DNF here. You can hear Oswyne Wilson changing that gear through the turn, causing the car to backfire there, but seemingly on a different pace here. Oswyne Wilson looking back at Martin Webster now. Martin Webster sitting in 6th position here, still hasn't pitted just yet. We know Rahul has went into the pits. Oswyne has went into the pits. Danny Nasseir as well has gone and taken their pit stop. They do have a 1 mandatory pit stop by regulation. Danny Nasseir there coming up behind a back marker. He's asking for Stephen Bola to let him by. And he does so in quite unbelievable fashion. Gets going again here, Stephen Bola. As we can see, Danny Nasseir trying to claim some ground here over the guys in front of him. He's got Lanjay Boswell now ahead of him. Want to do something here. Let's take you back with the Joel Dallas here as he comes around Corbett Paul Ferrer. Oh, Danny Nasseir does get that move done, as it seems Lanjay Boswell has an issue, or had an issue, running wide there. So Danny does get up there, but with Joel, I want to take an onboard run here with him to show you guys where he is gaining with his pace and what separates him from the rest of guys out here. Getting by Oswyne Wilson too. Marlon Young or believe that's Martin Webster there. Matthew Yusuf gets by Lanjay Boswell as Lanjay goes into the pits. Is Marlon Young, he's gaining on there. So Marlon's gonna want to have to stay out of his way, but not until he gets closer here. He's still racing against Stephen Bola. Great car control here though by Joel Dallas as Marlon Young does give him it under the braking here. Martin Webster finally pits. And here goes Joel Dallas for his pit stop. As he is getting that done, where is Kurt Moss? Comes around the bus stop chicane now to take the lead away from his teammate. Or it's just momentarily passing the baton, I suppose. As the sun sets here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Where is Oswyne Wilson in this? Oh, he's now going around Brooks Hills. So he's not going to get an opportunity here to get by Joel Dallas as Joel is already back out of the pits. Joel just has too much on the rest of the guys here as Kurt Moss still has to pit. Kurt Moss with some 20 seconds ahead of Joel Dallas. One would assume he needs around 30 seconds to do so, to get a free pit ahead of his teammate here. The Jamaicans doing well out here with the Lonesome Guyanese and third of Daniel Williams. As the lights come on these beautiful machines. Some issues there, Daniel Williams. It's now 7:10 p.m. here in the simulation. And it's around 7:30 here in my neck of the woods. So Kurt Moss now goes into the pits. And let's see now, how much can Joel Dallas put on Kurt Moss after he gets by him in the pits is how long we'll be able to measure. Joel Dallas here gets across Kurt Moss now. So he had 20 seconds, 21 seconds to him there. And we can see from when Kurt pulls off what is the amount of time needed here for a pit stop. It is about 35 seconds as Kurt Moss gets going again. So the two of them did have a clearance there to Daniel Williams, who now enters pit lane. This is it here. It's going to be a sprint race for the last 39 minutes or so. as Daniel takes his pit. Where is John Greene? He comes around a bus stop chicane. It seems as though he's going to go for another lap here, John Greene. But remember, he's on the hard tires. So he's going to take it all the way down to the wire here. And hopefully capitalize on a third place finish. Where is Oswyne Wilson? Oswyne Wilson is now approaching the bus stop chicane. Daniel Williams gets going again. So the overcut here has worked for Daniel Williams against Oswyne Wilson. Oswyne begging a pass there from Lanjay Boswell, his teammate. But Daniel Williams has already returned to the track. You can see him flashing his lights there, Oswyne Wilson.
I'm not sure. Can take the inside.
So John Greene there telling Matthew Yusuf where he will pass him on track, if you're wondering. With Oswyne Wilson, seems as though with John Greene still to pit, John Greene needs to make that tire change. Or maybe a splash of fuel against Daniel Williams in order to hold on to that third place finish. But Daniel Williams is still within that time frame of 35 seconds, I suppose. It depends on what it is that Kurt Moss did change within that pit stop. So Oswyne Wilson with the undercut not coming through here against Daniel Williams. Well, hold on a minute. Where did Oswyne started? He started out there in 4th position. And with Daniel already pitting, you can definitely see that he did lose that position to Oswyne. Let's take you on a ride now with Oswyne Wilson. Now Oswyne Wilson to Daniel Williams here down Campbell Straight. The track for the most part is well lit, but they do have those lights on their cars there. Ooh. You can hear him just touching the gravel ever so slightly. Just imagine what these guys have to go through here, sitting in these virtual cars for 90 minutes, thinking about strategy, thinking about their race plan, thinking about all the events that occur around them, and still try to make this race go as planned for them. For 90 minutes here, this is the pinnacle of Caribbean sim racing, guys. And if you're interested in joining, just shoot us a message there on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. drive-through, and Danny Nasseir has been given a drive-through penalty for cutting the track. Also, Stephen Bowler has been given a drive-through penalty for cutting the track. Where are the both of them? Here we see Danny in 8th position. Stephen Bowler just outside the points here in 11th is definitely going to suffer for it. He does take his drive-through now. And he cannot stop for a pit stop. He has to take the full drive-through or else it will not count. Yes, he does go all the way through there, Stephen Bowler, and you can see race direction giving him the go-ahead. Drive-through was taken. Joel Dallas comes across the line now. Marlon Young still in front of him. I'm wondering if he's using Marlon Young as a gauge. $15 and a half seconds still separates Joel Dallas from Kurt Moss, but the Jamaicans doing well out here to cop first and second under the banner of Cool Runnings. Just like the movie, huh? John Greene looking to inherit a 3rd position as we've got Martin Webster facing the other direction. Not sure who teleported for him. We see Danny Nasseir in the pits now, taking that. Alright, calm down, Martin. We can look into it. Alright, let's look at Lange now. You've got complaints about him teleporting. He's got a ping of about 106. That's still manageable, but if it gets up like beyond 200 and so on, that's where we need to worry. We are going to watch him though, as you saw what occurred there for Martin Webster as he got closer to him. Even more dangerous under these conditions here. Stephen Bowler with another issue here, and Marlon Young is able to get by. Joel Dallas and Marlon Young, they're actually running together, so that's the Code Brown moment Joel was talking about. It was an entire BMW M8 probably in front of him. Matthew Yusuf in the pits now for his stop. Marlon Young, knowing Marlon Young, he's going to want to try and stay behind Joel Dallas here, because Joel definitely has got the pace here in this race. Oswyne Wilson being given a second cut track warning there by the race stewards. Kurt Moss does get over the line there. And Joel Dallas has managed to put on even a second more to the time of Kurt. Where is Daniel Williams? He's still sitting about 16 seconds away from John Greene. John still needs to pit here, and we are just about to complete the second third of this endurance event. Here we go, 30 minutes remaining, and this is going to be like a sprint race now, this final 30 minutes. Where is Oswyne Wilson? The lead has been increased here between the two of them, it seems. Actually, no, Oswyne is managing to get into 8 seconds here. until they're down to Kemmel Straight to actually gauge this performance here by Oswyne Wilson. But Daniel Williams there doing quite well in a car that many are complaining about. I guess they have to ask Daniel what his secret is. You can hear Oswyne backing off there at the midsection of Eau Rouge. It's about 13 seconds here, Oswyne, to Daniel Williams. Oswyne seemingly losing a lot of pace there in the mid-pack where he came out from his pit stop. And seeing that he needs to pit again, that's his strategy though. I'm not sure. People like John Greene with the harder compound tire and the different cars are going to have it cut out for them. Stephen Bowler manages to get his fastest lap of the race. It's a 2-minute 28.547. As we look at Daniel Williams now, he seems to be going quite slow through that section there. Marlon Young registering his third cut track warning. It's a very eventful race for a lot of them. Stephen Bowler beginning his cut track warning adventure once again. He's been given one as well. It's now 10:43 in the simulation, and we've got 27 minutes and 30 seconds of real time remaining. Nasseir here still in 8th position, managing to hold on there to that 8th position. He's been swapping it around with Martin Webster. And Martin though having some 60 seconds between them now, as Danny Nasseir is a lap down, having an eventful race out here. Endurance races aren't for the faint of heart, but these guys just want to drive, man, and that's what they're doing out here racing under the banner of CSRO. And if you'd like to do the same, trust you can be able to do so. We've got guys in here with controllers as well. You don't need an entire sim setup as long as you're quite well on a controller, or at least you think you are. There's an evaluation stage that you go through with the organizers. Ooh, Matthew Yusuf registering his 5th cut track warning, so he's got to be careful there, Matthew, in the other BMW M8 there for Team SM Racing. But like I was saying, those of you looking to get involved here are free to do so, even if you're on a controller. Just get in contact with us and we'll get a schedule. Of course you need to buy this game. We're currently using a Assetto Corsa. Your racing simulation is the name. It's quite cheap at the moment. And if you're lucky, you can get it on sale as well to put it even cheaper. Make sure if you're going to purchase the simulation though, you make sure to get all of the DLCs, the downloadable content. As John Greene finally takes that car into the pits here, Daniel Williams will get by to get back into 3rd. What? And Daniel Williams is on the medium tire as well. So he's going to look to go on here with those mediums. Oswyne does get by John Greene as well. But we all know Oswyne is on the softs. Actually, Oswyne changed over to the mediums there on that last pit stop. So Oswyne is good to go ahead of John Greene. John Greene does get going again, and he's gone for the softs now, John Greene. So you're going to see a sprint move here coming from the veteran here at CSRO. This is where endurance racing gets interesting. It's within the final couple of minutes, and when I say couple, I don't mean two. It's about 20. It's about 23 right now. 23 and 50 seconds remaining. 23 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this endurance event. And we've got John Greene, who went for the soft compound tires. He's going to take that fight to Oswyne Wilson, Daniel Williams, for that third position. And we'll take a look at his times as he comes across the line. Oswyne Wilson has got Daniel Williams in front of him at some 10 seconds here. So Oswyne Wilson also looking to close the gap to Daniel Williams. Daniel is on the fresher compound of tire, medium tires that is. Oswyne trying to undercut but did not get it to work. That being said, though, these are different cars, so their makeups, their physical makeup is quite different, and so you can't expect everything to be the same in some aspects. For instance, these guys are all set up their cars on their own. So every guy out here spends an entire week, as we give them at the organization here. They get an entire week here before an event goes live of practice, where they're able to come down with a setup for their car, a qualifying setup, and a race setup to try and maximize their ability here out on track. He's sticking around that 10-second mark here to Daniel Williams, Oswyne Wilson. It's about 7 seconds to under right before braking here at the source. We need to check it at the head of Kemmel Straight. We're now into 22 minutes remaining. At the head of Kemmel Straight, he's about 14 seconds away. Unless Williams has a plan to go even faster here, I don't see how Wilson can, and takes a pit and gambles with the soft tires. I don't see how Wilson can take that third position here, but he's doing well to hold on to the fourth. Rahul Nasseir, ladies and gentlemen, is behind John Greene with the medium compound tire. Marlon Young goes into the pits now in 11th position. Joel Dallas slightly increasing the lead over his teammate there, Kurt Moss, who's got 17.2 seconds now to his name. Rahul Nasseir's got about 7.5 seconds there to John Greene. But John Greene is slightly increasing his pace here. We're gonna see what he does here as he comes around with this lighter fuel load and a faster tire compound. Across the line to do a 2:21.282. That's still not as fast as we've seen, and remember, that's because he's got that 100 kg of ballast on his car. So even though he's on the faster tire compound, it kind of negates the fact that he's going to be faster in some sense. The car's going to be feeling much better though, I suppose. And so Rahul Nasseir has got an opportunity here to close the gap and bring the fight to him with this 19 minutes that remains in the session. Looking at Joel Dallas now. He's still got Marlon Young in front of him, I suppose. It is Marlon Young. I'm gonna know as they enter Camel Straight here who he's got in front of him. I don't think it's supposed to be Marlon Young. We saw Marlon pitted. Yeah, it's gonna be Martin Webster there in 7th position, running away from being lapped here. From the leader, Joel Dallas. Seems as though nothing can stop the Jamaican here at Spa. He's doing quite well in the Ferrari 488. Marlon Young does take a position over Stephen Boll as Stephen enters the pit here.
Top of the hill, Joel.
Calling it out there for Joel, and there he does let him by. Gets that pass complete.
Boy, sorry, I never know where you call top of the hill. Thanks.
Daniel Williams doing his
No problem.
fastest time there, and Oswyne Wilson now comes across the line. 1 second separating the pace of them. John Greene on pace with Daniel Williams, so he should be able to close the gap to Oswyne Wilson. Rahul Nasseir way off the pace there. Oh, Rahul does have a 25 kg ballast as well, ladies and gentlemen. Joel Dallas now comes across the line once again. He's running a 220 as well, so his pace is standard there, Joel Dallas. And we got Stephen Boll there giving pass to John Greene. Does Rahul Nasseir have the same opportunity here? Martin Webster a long ways away there in 7th position. This race is definitely going to come alive here at the ending. I can see Raw P in the comment section. No, there's no limit to equipment. If you'd like to join us here. So Rahul is closing the gap to John Greene ever so slightly, but he's going to have to do a lot more work than that. Ooh, you can see him slowing it down there for some reason. Not quite sure why. Maybe his game froze again. He's always been bothered by this issue, it seems. Since he first joined the CSRO, we've heard him complain about that issue a lot. Should make me think it's something to do with his computer. Or it can even be his internet. Joel Dallas is either on a charge or his teammate is losing pace to him. No, he's on a charge. He's now doing a 2:19.685. Not his fastest of the race, but definitely faster than the last lap where we saw him do a 2:20. Race direction telling us that Marlon Young has cut the track 4 times now, and John Greene has done so twice now, as he's on those faster compound tires. Less than 15 minutes to go in this 90-minute event, guys. I'm pretty sure these guys, some parts of their exterior body is going to sleep here. Either their legs, maybe even their arms at some point. Carpal tunnel syndrome is a real thing, guys. I just want to know how it is that people are able to do this in real life with real G-forces attacking your muscles ever so often. Every turn, you're going to have the effect of G-force being pressed against your muscles, and you're going to have to fight those effects to actually try and steer the car. It's much worse in Formula 1, as we see John Greene locking up the front right there just a bit. Into bus stop chicane, he almost loses the rear end there, John Greene. Are those tires dead already? Or he's just going a little bit too ambitious there on the power. Stephen Bola been given a drive-through for cutting. That's his second drive-through penalty, guys, for the race. He's back in the pits now to take that drive-through penalty. His teammate Matthew Yusuf doing well here. The BMW M8 to be in 10th, the last position here to offer any sort of points. He's taken his drive-through penalty there, Stephen Bola, and he's now back on track. Webster coming up behind him, and Joel Dallas is going even faster. I see 21.6 seconds now to separate him from his teammate. Where is Joel right now? Is Oswyne Wilson to Daniel Williams. It seems as though the lead has increased here for Oswyne Wilson. So he's going to have even more issues here trying to take that fight to Daniel Williams in the closing of this race. It's now 3:13 in the morning at Spa. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this 90-minute race, ladies and gentlemen. John Greene comes across the line now. He's got Danny Nasseir in front of him.
Go, John.
He's not that far away from Oswyne Wilson. So the soft tire compound is working to his ability here, John Greene. Through Rouge he goes. Up Kimmel Straight will be able to tell how far away he is from Oswyne Wilson. He's about 16 seconds now with 9 minutes and 35 remaining in this session. Let's ride with John Greene.
Thanks, Rahul.
Let's see what time Oswyne is doing here and compare it to John Greene. John doesn't quite see him just yet. It's a 2:22.318 from Oswyne Wilson. That gives us a gauge on his pace here. John Greene now comes across the line with a 2:22.113 here, but he did lose some time on the exit of that turn. So he's matching the pace here of Oswyne Wilson, but in order for him to get up and under Oswyne, he needs more than that. He needs to do at least a 2:21 here. Joel Dallas over the line with a 2:19.955. Joel on those mediums, he's just flying, man. Nothing can stop the Jamaican out here. Not even his teammate in the same exact car. He's definitely in his zone here. 7 minutes left on the clock. How did he take that speed through there? Those mediums are working like a charm here. Joel does not have a lot of opportunities here to race with us due to his busy lifestyle, one would say. But when he does, he's no short of talent. Anjay Boswell in the pits. Alright, let's see. Daniel Williams with a 2:22.7, I think it was. Matthew Yusuf even more into the points there, overtaking Anjay Boswell, who's in the pits. Oswyne Wilson with the same 2:22 as well, but John Greene with a 2:21, which he needs. But he's still got that 12-second deficit to Oswyne Wilson. Oswyne might just get away with this here with 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. It's now 4:40 in the morning here at Spa. The sun is about to creep up on them. With 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we're in crunch time. Even though they're not so close together, you have to understand that anything can go wrong within these 5 minutes. Can John Greene close this gap to Oswyne Wilson? They've got about 2. There we go. Lance Boswell been given a drive-through for Cunning. He just was in the pit. Jamaica not getting the luck he needs here. Unfortunately, Lance. He is right in front of John Greene. He's got to take that drive-through penalty or suffer some time adding to his name at the end of the race. 5 o'clock now at Spa. 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Marlon Young registering his 5th cut track warning here. Everyone's seemingly putting on the pressure here. Being put under pressure here for 3 minutes remaining. Where is Marlon Young? Oh, he's got issues and he goes into the wall, Marlon Young.
Good job.
Thanks, Uncle
And he teleports back to the pits. It's a lost cause here for Marlon. But Oswyne Wilson comes across the line. You can see John Greene now coming out of the bus stop chicane here. With a lap car in front of him. Yes, it's Lanjay Boswell. And Lanjay does let him by. But Oswyne is already through Redillion. And on to Kimmel Straight. John Greene is now touching Eau Rouge into Redillion. And there we can see the sun rising. As the place begins to get brighter. Marlon Young, Stephen Bolo passes Marlon Young there as he's in the pits. Ooh, a little bit of issue there for John Greene. Where is Oswyne Wilson on Daniel Williams? Still at 16 seconds. Kurt Moss is just riding the waves here. He's now 30 seconds away from his teammate. But looking smooth there through Lacombe's. One minute, 30 seconds remaining in this race. Seems as though it's going to end at 6 a.m. just as it begun. 24-hour cycle there simulated within Assetto Corsa, ladies and gentlemen, to give us our 90-minute simulation of a 24-hour race. But the man unstoppable with his charge is none other than Joel Dallas, the Jamaican out here, being a smooth operator to bring it home once again, I should say. It's not his first time he's winning out here at CSRO. Let's ride it with him for one more time around Spa-Francorchamps. Is on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen, as we ride with him here through Lacombe's. You can see he's sacrificing the mid speed of that turn to capitalize on the exit speed. What a beautiful sight, the moon there in the foreground. Lets the leader by there.
Thanks, Matthew.
Quite courteous as he may be, Joel Dallas there over the radio. He goes through double gosh. Great exit speed there. Once again, sacrificing the mid-turn there to capitalize on the exit speed. And this is how he is increasing the time between himself and everyone else. Just went on the grass a little bit there, Joel Dallas.
Oswyne, wait for a minute. Hell no. That's fine, that's fine.
Joel Dallas comes across the line to win our 90-minute round of Spa-Francorchamps, followed by his teammate Kurt Moss. And latecomer to the championship, Daniel Williams, to bring up the field here in third. Kurt bringing it around Blanchemont into the bus stop chicane. And is going to complete this race here in second. Well done to him as well. Daniel Williams is all the way back down to Brussels, but is going to finish in third. Oswyne Wilson was called out to by John Greene there to slow it down.
Forget about that. I finished the long straight and coming down to,
wherever you stop, everyone else stop. Alright, here comes Daniel Williams now to complete his 90-minute bout here. In the car that many had complained about, the BMW M8. Whoa, you can see that lag there that the other drivers were complaining about. That's not to take anything away from the Guyanese though, to put his BMW M8 in the final and third spot on the podium. Well done, Daniel. Just bring it up alongside Kurt and Joel for me, please. Thanks. Oswyne Wilson now comes through the bus stop chicane here to complete his race here in fourth. Well done by him as well to hold off a charging John Greene here, who now enters the bus stop chicane. You can see the timing didn't change that much there for John Greene, who went for the softer tire compound. But that's it. That is the end.
Thanks, bro.
As I can try and get
That
these
one was
guys
about
here
consistency.
now. Most definitely.
I don't know what happened to me on the start. Like, everybody passed me. Like,
Daniel, just bring that car up around for me, please, and park it next to the two Ferraris. Thanks. Here he comes. Daniel Williams to take the last and final spot here on the podium with the BMW M8. Congratulations, guys. Well done to Joel Dallas there, as well as Kurt Moss and Daniel Williams. Daniel Williams, will start with you first. Are you there? We can see your mic is muted. He's got no mic, so we're going to skip him for this interview and go on to Kurt Moss. Kurt Moss, what happened there? We heard you complaining there about the start.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I got a very poor start. Like, 4 guys passed me, but I don't know if this is tragedy or I had more fuel than everybody else or what. But my car was like dead on the line.
Oh yeah, we did see that, as a matter of fact, as we began going, but you did well to harness and get back into the position there. Well done to you. Joel Dallas, that strategy, man, it played out quite well, but even though the strategy might have assisted you, it doesn't seem as though anyone could have caught you.
Yeah, I don't know. The car was really hooked up today, and I just enjoyed myself out there. I think Spa is my favorite track of all time. And yeah, I just went out there and kept it consistent. Did a little bit of fuel saving, and yeah, just kept it consistent. That's pretty much what it was today.
Most definitely. We saw you going hard a couple of times and then backing off. What was that all about? Tell the viewers what that strategy is like.
It's called lift and coast, where you coast into the big braking zones. You save a bit of fuel. I was just doing it just to be sure of my fuel. I wasn't 100% sure at first, so until I got to the pit stop, then I knew I was okay. But before that, I wasn't sure. But so because I had the lead, I decided to try and save a little fuel where I could.
All right then, guys. To the rest of you, thanks a lot for coming out here, and thanks a lot there, Joel, Kurt, and well, we didn't get anything from Daniel, but as always, good race by you guys. The rest of you two in the midfield, we saw you there. It was a great fight. We enjoyed it, as well as the seniors coming up against each other there. Martin Webster and Danny Nasseir finishing 7th and 8th. Well done to you all. Thanks a lot for coming out here. I'll step away now to end the stream. All right, folks, what a race that was, as we will get you ended here. All right, that was a beautiful one. I thoroughly enjoyed that one, folks. I can see you guys out there in chatland. Stephen Pommels, Rahul P., Sean Ramdio, Daniel Williams, who actually brought third there, King Reg, Errol Mongol, and Hezekiah Davidson. Welcome all. Do subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed the race here. What an eventful race it was too, wasn't it? I thoroughly enjoyed that one, even though it's so long. The 90 minutes passes when you have a lot of fights going on around you, doesn't it? But that pace from Joel Dallas, man, oh my gosh. I can't believe it. It says the car was just hooked up. That's it. The car was just hooked up. And that was it. Alright guys, thanks a lot for joining us here on our third round of our Caribbean Endurance Championship. Remember, if you want to join us, just follow us on our social media outlets. Send us a message there on Instagram or Facebook. It's Caribbean Sim Racing Organization. Caribbean Sim Racing Organization. You can also send us an email if you're interested in sponsoring what you're seeing going on here. Our next season begins in July, and we will be doing prize givings there for our competitors in July, and from our sponsorship is where we're going to get that from. So if you'd like to contribute to what you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, it's possible. Just shoot us an email, caribbeansimracing@gmail.com. Guys, hope you are staying safe out there, and until we see you in the next one, be good, have a good one.